Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dred Hour. Summer is quickly coming to a close. What a beautiful summer it has been, full of record high temperatures. I'm trying to keep it happy this pocket. Next episode, we're going to be doing the Doomsday Hour. Adam had this idea. He said he was providing me articles, and he said, you should look at this article of this weather person talking about how people are going to die swiftly because of the heat waves in Europe, and the news anchors are laughing. And I was like, let's keep this one light, and next week we'll do a Doomsday episode. So next week we'll do the Doomsday. This one's a big happy episode. It's a big happy episode. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's smiling. It's a great time to be alive, and it's the end of August. The last podcast, someone left this little note, and I haven't seen Adam in a little while. He went AWOL for a bit. Someone left this comment. It's Adam's first YouTube comment. Someone was like, nice shirt. It's a nice shirt.
It was a nice one. At least they didn't say, like, go die.
Oh, that's coming. That's coming soon. But someone was like, nice shirt. And basically, from what I know, Adam proceeded to lose his mind. He went AWOL. No one could find him. Apparently, I heard a rumor. One of my guys, sort of like Michael Ehrmantraut from Breaking Bad, he told me, actually, that Adam was in a place called Bear Lake. I was concerned. I went to Bear Lake on the lookout for him. And I basically, eventually when I found him, when I saw out in the distance, I saw a big, scrawny ass with no head and I was like, what's going on? What happened to my friend? And I go closer, and it was apparently Adam he'd found a couple of crawfish on the side of the stream or lake, and he was talking about, they like my shirt. They like my shirt. He kept just saying that. It was really insane. But they like my shirt, and he was butt naked. I saw, what I saw, avert your eyes. It was like the setting sun. His asshole took up the whole horizon. But I talked him down, and eventually he decided to come back and be a producer. And I just have to say, I wouldn't get too big of a head. You know, if you get some comments, don't take it that extreme.
Well, we were just talking about before we started the podcast that if I do get some good comments, I might have to just go solo, start my own podcast.
You guys better not comment anything good. I want all bad. All bad. I'm joking. He's give it up for Adam. He's done a really good job on the show. You know, if it wasn't for him, I don't know what the show would be.
I'm the producer.
He's the producer. But like I was mentioning, it's summer, and I hope you guys are accomplishing all your summer goals. Are you guys out? Are you guys out and about? Are you guys fucking? And if you're not, are you tucking your shirt in and going to church? You should be. It's either one or the two. I prefer a little bit of both. I say, why not combine a little bit of church, a little bit of fuck? You know, that sounds kind of like that song.
Never at church, though.
Oh,
it's terrible.
God never said that.
You'll be smitten.
Most people want to be smitten. I would prefer to be smitten. I need a sign. But I just got back from a rave, which was insane. And I'm 26 now. I'm getting a little old for it. It is fun to go to a rave, a big You know, I didn't know that basically that's what it was called, a rave. Apparently 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds who go to kindergarten are calling these things raves. And I didn't know that, but I went, and sure as shit, it was crazy as hell. It was a fantasy land, and I've been to a couple of these things before. And I just want to say, and I'm not going to go too far, again, it's a happy episode, there is something a little bit weird about a 32-year-old whose entire life is about electronic dance music and raving. I don't know why exactly. There's something...
It's okay if you like it. You just can't go to the shows anymore.
You gotta go. Get out of... I'm joking. There's something weird. Maybe I should rephrase it. There's something weird about a 32-year-old going to a rave or electronic dance concert for drugs and for ladies. Get over it. You're done. You frolic through a meadow. Play Frisbee golf like you should. I mean, that's what you should be doing at that age. Play Frisbee golf. Leave it to the youngsters. I'm about to exit my years of raving. I'm getting too old for it. My knees were hurting, dude. My knees were just killing me. At a certain point, I had to literally go and sit down several times. I never used to have to do that. Went up to the bar, sat down, and guess who was there at the table? You can barely hear. One beer player. And then you sit down, and everyone else there is 29, and they're all saying the same thing. They're going, "Oh God, it hurts. It hurts." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, dude. My knees, my back, and everything." And I was trying to show them like a bracelet I got, and they were like, "I can't read it." I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "Well,
hold on, let me put on my reading glasses."
That would have made more. Well, it was worse. They were like, "I can't, man. I'm rolling too hard." Their eyes were bugging out. Like they kind of looked like a lizard who's looking at two things at once. And I'm trying to show them a bracelet that says "bark" on it, and it's just not happening. It's just not happening. And a lot of people get laid at raves. They go for the sex. There's a lot of raunchiness that happens there. I danced with a 40-year-old woman. It's okay. But generally speaking, sex is a big part of it. Drugs is a big part of it. And I was on Reddit recently kind of reading some shit, which kind of got me thinking. This was before the rave. It was one of those sort of like Ask Reddit threads, right? Where it's like, does size really matter? Which every 10 days, this is reposted, I swear. You know, it's the same thing. Reddit is just a cesspool. It's the same thing. It's the same reposts. Women, what do you not like about guys? Huh? As if that hasn't been asked a trillion fucking times. There's always some horny loser on Reddit.
What's the biggest turnoff?
Yeah,
from the opposite
sex? Yeah, exactly. It's that whole round and around we go. It's like you get a kernel of gold every now and again on Reddit, but most of the time it's the same shit. But anyways, it's one of those, and it's like, you know, does size really matter? And most of the time what you read is no, it doesn't, right? No, it doesn't. What I found out in the porta potty at a rave is yes, it does. Yes, it does. That 40-year-old that I danced with came out of a porta potty with another man that night. And by the way, I wasn't interested in the woman to begin with. I danced with her because it was funny. But this guy was big. He was big. He was a big guy. Not like I saw his penis, but just generally speaking, very tall lad, right? I mean, like this guy kind of looked like, who's that guy who wears the red tunic in the Disney movie? Bells, Squeeze. What's his name? Not the Beast. Gaston. Except for he's wearing like basically a tutu at a rave because he's at a rave, right? He's covered in candy and shit. And
you have a binky around his neck.
Yeah, basically. I'm not joking. Like basically no pants on. He had a huge package. Huge. You can see it. You know when you know as a guy. You look and you go, oh. Because at raves, that's what you wear. You wear nothing. What I wore was this. I looked like a Las Vegas tourist who had just lost everything on slots. Basically, after doing further investigation, I was like, maybe size really does matter. And I did find some corroborating evidence, thankfully, you know, to just dispel once and for all that size really does matter. I mean, I have the most average, I've always said this, the most average sized penis. Why am I saying this on the internet? Point is,
there's no shame.
There's no shame.
Average.
There's no shame in any of it. I have the most average of average. It's straight as an arrow and it's about 5 inches. That's what you're getting, folks. And Unfortunately, I guess I'm going to have to take that back to the drawing board because we found this video. If you want to pull this video up, that first one there, this guy breaks it down. And give me some volume on this.
Size does matter.
Yeah, just watch this.
And if you rub it, it might grow. Hey, what if I toss in a brand new item, the Big Kahuna Sword, going into the deal right now. Now, folks, this is the Hackmaster 5000. There's no doubt about it. There's not a bush. There's not a tree. There's, well, obviously, you get to pull.
So, I mean, this guy brings out this Naruto sword.
Dude, that's some fucking Final Fantasy shit.
This is insane. Basically, what starts out with a big black sheath ends with a Naruto weapon being pulled out by this old man. I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I found this guy. This is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Basically, this is a channel called The Cutlery Corner where they used to have basically a local access television show. And this guy is insane. He's basically someone's dad wielding, and in the background you can see it, is a sword from World of Warcraft called Frostmourne, which is like the Lich King's weapon. And they're selling it and they're hawking it. It's a live show, and they're trying to sell these swords. But this guy, I mean, if you watch this, what's funny about this, and we have a couple of clips, he cannot mount these swords. They are so useless. They are so fucking useless. But he did say there's not a bush, not a tree. I guarantee you that wouldn't cut through a bush.
Can you imagine, though, just walking down the street in your neighborhood and you see some guy chopping down his bushes with that thing?
There's not a tree. There's not an elementary schooler who bullied your son that the Hackmaster Big Kahuna can't take care of. Play this.
Boy, tonight, the Hackmaster 3000 going into the deal. I just don't know where to put it. Maybe it'll go this way. Nah, it'll never go that way.
No.
Did they record
I
this
don't know
live?
what to do with it.
It's like trying to...
This
Yeah,
is
this is
not
live.
going to work. Let's see. Let's
hear
do
the
it
people
this
in the
way.
background like, try this.
No, it never worked that way. What if I... No, it'll not... Well, let's
He's
see.
just
What
trying to
can you do
move the
with
sword
this?
around, this exhibit of swords, and it just can't
Wow.
fit. And he's like, where do I put this thing?
Whoa!
Oh,
Oh,
no.
it's big. I know that.
Pause
It's
that.
pretty darn heavy.
He just knocks off Frostmourne, the Lich King's sword in the background, which I'm sure is going to, that's not going to end well from him. I've played a lot of World of Warcraft. I know Arthas, the Lich King. No good. No good. I don't know how in God's green earth the Lich King's sword ended up there. Because Arthas is like this really powerful guy, but I guess this guy got it. And you can hear the producers or I don't know who in God's green, like the call people. It's one of those shows where you have people on the phones in the background. It's a bustling place of business. We are selling big kahunas by the truckload here at the Cutlery Corner. But meanwhile, he can't mount one of these swords. And what I found is a couple of those other videos, if you want to pull up the doc, he just can't mount things.
Is it worth $200 though? That's sad.
No. No, it is not. These swords are awful. If you've ever held a sword like
They
that,
kind of just look awful too. I don't know why. Just the metal looks almost like
yeah,
just
and
flimsy.
and God bless the craftsmanship and
These
stuff.
are absolutely
and-
incredible. We
but,
need
I mean,
some
it's
good
insane.
footage of
Like, look at this.
shooting contest with these.
So this is just a
Shoot ball
slingshot. This is
bearings or
pretty
something, some
tame.
B-roll or something, 'cause these
I mean, I don't
suckers
understand
are
why you
accurate
need
and
it to
they
look
are
like,
strong.
Goblin
They
shot.
put 10
Yeah.
I think he put it through a BB or something through the drywall. Anyway, that is your Goblin, and it's only $12, folks. $30 retail value on 40368. Again, just like the prior show that we had that available on. Sight unseen, it has already been selling.
This part's crazy. Watch it. So he put this slingshot on this wooden board, and he just can't get it to sit right.
But I don't have anything to shoot.
Is that the same guy?
It's a different one.
Zach? Huh? Oh, okay. So you've got the binocular sights built into it? Dadgummit, I didn't mean to do that. What was in there?
All right, turn that off. Turn that off immediately.
Brilliant.
So what you have here, I don't remember what the third link is. I'm kind of scared. Put on the third link real quick, and then I need to make a point. I've forgotten what this one is. I'm kind of scared. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember this. He's got a katana. And there's a blonde lady who looks like Marie Osmond.
I backed up. I thought better of it.
The sword falls out of the sheath, and he tries to grab it by the blade.
I wanted to catch it. I didn't want it to hit the ground, but obviously you can very well see here.
It's good. It's in good shape. Thank God. I mean, the disaster was averted that day. Thank Christ. So, I mean, this channel and this show basically sell these exotic knives, these exotic weapons, these exotic blades, which, you know, basically, have you ever heard the term mall ninja? So, mall ninjas, if you've never been inoculated to what this is, have you ever been into a mall and been to the Asian shop? Which, you know, I know I have to be careful saying that. I know. But it's true.
You know, it's not every mall, right?
Not every mall. Not every mall.
A lot of malls.
But a lot of malls. There's always sort of, you know, a shop that's called Asian Gifts, which is what one is around here, or, you know, whatever. And you go in there, and there are weapons, maces, spears, bongs, and sort of Asian culture water fountains and stuff.
Oh, you forgot the nude the nude Buddha statues. When you flip them over, and they've got the weird sex scenes on the bottom.
I forgot about that. Yeah. So yeah. Like, you know, just weird sort of shit like that, like Adam mentioned. And mall ninjas are the kind of crowd, the people who collect items like that. Generally cheaply made, very inefficient weapons, like the Big Kahuna. First of all, no one's killing anybody with the Big Kahuna. But I have studied the mall ninja. Or, you know, maybe not even that. I have studied people who have studied the blade, like people who have studied the blade. And I know who these people are. I know who they are. And, you know, unfortunately, they couldn't make it as school shooters and, you know, had to buy the Big Kahunas. They failed. They failed the test. So that's a bad joke. And I know, it's a joke. Okay. Give me a break. But basically, they have this main character syndrome, and I'm not talking smack on the creators of the weapons. Whoever forged those beautiful beasts in the beginning are gods of men. They're gods of men. They put together a beautiful sword. Beautiful sword.
Well, yeah, whoever designed it obviously makes them look badass, but they're just so cheaply made.
But there are large... Let's just say there are far too many people who collect these kinds of devices. Now imagine this. All right, you ready? You are in an alleyway. You're in an alleyway, and what comes whipping out?
The katana.
No. You don't even see the katana first. You blithering dingus. First.
I don't know.
First comes
in an alleyway.
First comes the rainbow-colored shurikens. Like a flash through the sky. You see them. You feel a little bit of warmth on your arm.
It's almost beautiful.
You almost cry.
Feel the excruciating pain that comes 3 seconds later.
And from the distance, you hear boom, 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 boom. In comes Big Boy. And that's when you see a flash of steel.
There's the katana.
There's the katana. If you're lucky. If you're unlucky, you get a frostmorn to the jugular. That's if it's a bad day. If it's a bad day, you get the frostmorn to the jugular.
And if it's a really bad day,
the big kahuna. If it's a real bad day, you're getting the big kahuna up your asshole. By the end of the minute. Scratch that second. It's a second by second destruction of your asshole with the big kahuna. Now, talk about literally dying of embarrassment. I mean, imagine dying to a rainbow fade butterfly knife that someone whips out and just starts. You're bleeding, and it's like rainbow colored knife. Like, you've seen these things. You've seen them. You know, it's a tie-dye karambit knife that some guy. And that's the last thing you see on this earth is the tie-dye karambit. It's the culture of the mall ninja, though, really is interesting. There's a lot of videos online of people with these crazy weapons cutting through soda bottles and all kinds of crazy shit like that. I mean, we've seen this. There's a funny video we used to play around with our friend Tanner, who, you know, is like this guy who shows you how to protect your home in the case of a burglar with a katana. You know, I mean, there are stories out there of people actually stopping burglars with axes and katanas and shit like that. I mean, it is real. But at the end of the day, I do think that a lot of it is kind of main character syndrome. I mean, what are you doing? I mean, at a certain point, I get it. Everyone has their thing. I'm not exempt from this. God bless it if you really love collecting flails. You know, I get it. You know, if that's your thing, then that's your thing. But it's just, for me personally, seems like a little ineffective. Bring a gun. Bring a gun.
Also, can we talk about how at those Asian stores at the malls,
careful with that.
They'll sell it to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They'll sell it to children. I remember buying. I actually bought throwing stars when I was like 12.
Yeah. What are you gonna do with it? I wonder. Well, you're probably just gonna throw it at a tree. I mean, most people aren't really. Unless I'm telling you, in that alleyway, first thing you hear is the scuff of a shoe on the grass, on the asphalt. You turn, and it's not even ninja stars this time. It's those pins. And you just, like, your shirt's pinned up against the wall. And you're like, please, who is it? And some guy with a fedora walks up and says, I'm your worst nightmare.
Trench coat, too.
And then as from the sheath, draws the blade, cuts the throat back into the sheath. One move. Pinned to the wall. Left in the blood. Steps out of the blood. And that's another thing about these fucking... But back to, anyways, the big kahunas and shit. The local access stuff has always kind of amused me. Like, you know, if you've ever been... Like, this is just one of those things, like those local guys, if you've ever been or seen or have a local TV channel. I don't know if you ever did when you were growing up. Those kinds of things, I think they've faded out a lot. I don't think there's a lot of local access TV like there used to be. I
think where we grew up still has one.
Yeah, which is, you know... I mean, my God. Do you remember? So there used to be this guy. What was his called? Maybe you know. His name was like Wild Goose.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
We had,
he was a teacher, wasn't he?
I think, yeah. So we had this local access TV show in the place we grew up, in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, which is why you know this is real. We had some guy named the Wild Goose, and I mean, no offense to him, and he would run around and do his thing and shit, and he would just basically tour local like ice cream shops. But he was like this local celebrity.
Goose in the Wild.
Yeah, Goose in the Wild. Yeah, Goose in the Wild.
They called him Goose for some reason.
Yeah, they called him Goose. But yeah, he would just run around and tour nothing, basically. He would tour like ditches and, you know, he would go out into the woods and like be like, these are the woods outside your town. And he would show up at schools and some people would be like, that's Goose. And he's just like some dude. He's just some guy.
He'd be at a high school baseball game or some shit.
Yeah,
like
he'd
that.
be at he would. Yeah. He would show off the live stream equipment for a football game, you know. But he was like a local celebrity. Like people gave a shit. Like they'd be like, "That's Goose." It's fun, you know. When you have nothing else going. And here we go. I'm trying to be positive. How should I say this?
He was the coolest guy on the planet.
he was a top-notch entertainer for that town. He was a great entertainer. Wait a second. Pull up a video real quick. I don't know if you've ever seen this guy. Open a new tab, first of all, so we don't lose the doc. Just go back. Don't worry. Yeah. Look up Hypno Hick. Do you know this guy?
I feel like I've actually heard. Oh, yeah.
There's some guy who drives around. Or he has a show on this old network. Yeah, pull up that one.
Fiesta Days, dude.
So this guy.
That's literally our town.
Yeah, click that and then hit pause for a second. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'd looked at this a long time. I'd forgot about this. So on Spanish Fork 17, which is, we grew up in Spanish Fork, this guy, go full screen. He hypnotizes people and makes them do the monkey dance and turn off the volume so we don't get copy struck. Because I heard Thriller there for a second. Man.
All right, we're there. We made it.
Yeah, look at this. So basically he hypnotizes people. Basically children only. Because they're the only people who will go along with it. And he just brings them... look, she's not hypnotized. She's looking around. Now they go. There's several people in the crowd, you can tell who are just not. I have no problem with any of these people. They're not hypnotized. Let me break it down for you. All right, get that off this guy. I don't even want to see that anymore. But this guy was on local access TV. Damn, it's dark. There we go. I like that. Keep that white screen open. Yeah, now you can see it. We are in total darkness. So basically, let me break down hypnosis for you. It's really easy. It's really simple. Do you know? Do you know what that kind of hypnosis is? You don't know.
Well, no.
Basically, what that kind of hypnosis is okay, so you have a small crowd. You have a crowd of 50 people. Maybe, if you're lucky, 75. And you bring up a couple of volunteers, mostly children, and you get them to sit in a chair. You sit them down in the chair, and then you shoot them in the face. I'm joking. This is a good episode. So you basically what you do is you start talking like this. You start saying, all right, let's go. You stand up. All right, perfect. Now when I say 1, 2, 3, you're gonna start doing tipsy toe o de mi basically, and go. Now basically they're performers. There's a little bit of pressure. There's crowd think going on. Most of those people, if you actually rewind and took a look at that, aren't hypnotized. They're going along with the pressure because they're on stage. They don't want to be the person to disrupt the rhythm.
And you see their eyes looking at everybody else. Mm-hmm. Are they still dancing? It's
crowd think. Some people might actually fall into, if they're really susceptible to suggestion, might actually fall into some kind of state. I'm not saying hypnosis isn't real, but basically, if you're not someone who's ever been in front of anybody ever, or performed in any sense of the word, period, and you get up there, you don't want to disrupt the rhythm of the show. There's someone kind of going and they're not stopping, sort of like what I'm doing right now. This is kind of hypnosis if you look at it. And a lot of, well, not really. This is the worst kind of hypnosis, but like a rock show or a rave, there's one guy up there, and once there's enough people, it works. Now people are going loopy. Once there's enough people, it doesn't, you can get them to start doing stuff because of crowd think. And that's what it really is. That's what hypnosis really is. It's just a bunch of really, it's just a bunch of cons, really. And Hypno Hick, I wish I was as cool as you.
Well, dude, to be honest, you got to give them props, though. To have the balls to get up on stage and just be like, they're going to do what I tell them to do, even though I'm not doing anything.
That takes a special kind of person, man. I mean...
Like, what if they just didn't? Like, that's your whole show.
Well, that's like ruined. Bombing as a comedian. It's like,
true.
or a musician. I mean, sometimes you just get up there and you start playing the riffs and no one's moving and they're all just looking at you and like, what's going on? You got to go through you got to go through the ropes as a hypnotist in order to... How long have we been going, by the way? Wow.
33 minutes.
All right. Okay. We'll see if I can fill the hour. I said this last time, too. We got pretty close. We'll see if we can fill the hour. But my point is, going back to... What in the hell just happened?
I just moved a cord. My bad.
Oh, no worries.
I don't think I unplugged anything.
There we go. That's good enough. We're good. Take a sip of liquid death. You got to stay hydrated, people. Not sponsored. I did get my first sponsorship opportunity recently. And you might be hearing that shortly, depending on how I decide to do it. I might have to record that at home. We're signing the deal.
Wait. Why don't you just do it right now?
Just in case.
Off the cuff.
But I'm not even been signed. I mean, that's kind of unprofessional. That's kind of unprofessional.
They don't know that.
This episode is sponsored by the Big Kahuna. If you rub it, it grows. I forgot what he says. That's weird. That's a weird open, by the way. I mean, he starts it off by just like, it's big, and it's black, and if you rub it, it grows. I'm like, what? What? Hey, it's a Big Kahuna sword. Can't even put it on, knocks everything off. Yeah, I'm the host. Like,
you would think they'd practice before they actually start recording.
Dude, local access like that, not a chance. Not a chance.
Well, like, not even rehearse, but like at least know how to put the swords on a stand.
Well, that's the problem is anyone would be able to put it on the stand. Not even what he was trying to do. Just lay it against all the other swords on the logs. Like, just slightly at an angle. Like, I mean, God bless him, man. He was under a lot of pressure trying to sell that. But I did have something else that I kind of wanted to take a look at here. Now, one thing that I think, and I'm trying to preface this because we have to do this lightly. We have to do this delicately. And this is a happy show. Today is a happy episode, which I don't know if this article is going to do it. I think it's happy. I think. Let's just start with the article and see where it takes us, because I don't even know how to set this up, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't read it all the way. Let's pull that up. He's there. He's a good boy. Now compliment him in the comments. Okay, go up to the title.
I'm the best producer.
Go up to the title. Now I want you to read this.
Disney guest attacked for wearing children's princess costume.
Okay. Well, nice, happy article. Let's scroll down. The Disney parks dress code has been a hot topic lately, with a TikTok trend gaining traction in the last year that encouraged guests to wear inappropriate clothing to any Disney park to receive a free shirt. Smart, right? Smart con. Show up with, I mean, they're showing a picture right there. I don't find that very inappropriate personally. That's just a normal top, but apparently the Disney park people will be like, that's a little extreme. Here's a free Disney shirt to cover up.
Genius, dude.
Genius. So if you keep going, this trend was so popular that Walt Disney World Resort appeared to change its policy and no longer allowed cast members to give free clothing to guests in violation of the dress code. Now, what is the dress code? What?
Yeah, is there a dress code for
What is
Disneyland?
it? What is it? Now, different part of the Walt Disney Company's dress code is gaining traction online. A 24-year-old at Disneyland Paris shared a video of herself purchasing and wearing a Beauty and the Beast Belle dress meant for children. She tweets, "It was literally my dream." Heart emoji. "As a child, I wanted so much to het this Bella princess dress." I think get. Commenters, however.
I thought that was like a Gen Z thing.
No. She doesn't know how to type. Now, the thing is, and here comes the tea. Commenters, by the way, we're out of light. We are going into the darkness. We're just fading into the dark, and I like that. You're going to deal with it if you're watching the video version of the podcast. Commenters were frustrated with Masha in Paris, though. She said she was living out a childhood dream and doesn't regret it. "You can't actually do this," Expo Fleur said. "No Bella dress / costume is an automatic not allowed. Disney bounding is totally cool / permitted, but that's not what this is. That's not what this is." Do you get that? Do you get that?
Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out, like, what's the issue? Was this dress just, like, way too small for her? Like, what's the problem?
What the problem is. You know nothing about Disney. You know nothing. Here's the problem. So here's what I've been able to ascertain because I was confused very much so. Basically, this woman who has a TikTok channel, which is shit, which is garbage, by the way I looked at it. And God bless her. We're all in the same shit sandwich here. At least she doesn't have a podcast. I mean, nothing's more embarrassing than having a podcast. I mean, maybe, except for maybe what she's doing. But she started off of a TikTok trend where you'd wear an inappropriate shirt, get a free shirt. She decided, I'm going to wear an inappropriate shirt, I think. Oh, no. She bought a Bella dress and then put it on because she's small enough as an adult to wear a children's Bella dress, which children can dress up at Disneyland, but apparently parents cannot, or adults, because they'll think you're cast members, you see?
I mean, I guess I get it.
So this term, which unfortunately makes me want to jump off the roof head first, called Disney bounding, came across my attention, which is the act of dressing up in normal clothes that sort of resemble a prince or princess. Like, let's say Gaston, for example, you wear just like a red shirt and black pants. Or if you want to dress as Winnie the Pooh, you wear a red shirt, yellow pants, and you kind of look like Winnie, but it's normal clothes, but it's allowed as an adult. It's fucking embarrassing, is what it is. It's fucking embarrassing. And, you know, God bless the people who are Disney freaks. We all know these people. We all know Disney freaks. I used to, well, sort of dated, not really dated, but hook up with a Disney freak once upon a time. And she was a Disney freak. She would put together Disney outfits and Disney hats and Disney things. And every year her dream is to go to Disneyland and just be herded around like a cow. You know, because that's basically what it is. I mean, look at how dystopian these rules. You can't dress up. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck if you can't?
I mean,
actually, who gives a fuck that you even have to make a rule in the first place? It's dystopian.
Yeah, but they also might just be looking out for, like, predators. You know what I mean?
They're all predators. I mean, everyone at Disneyland is okay.
Yeah, I mean,
all right, these are my opinions. Yeah. But I mean, like, come on. It's annoying. It's dumb. Basically, I get why you got the cast members. They make money having cast members there that are official, and if you dress up, now you're getting the pictures and all that, and you're waiting in lines that are 4 hours long, and there's turkey legs that are just old. It sounds horrific.
Dude, I'm not joking. I have a picture of me as like a 12-year-old, actually probably younger, even like 9, with one of those giant ass turkey legs.
And that's when it's cool. It's cool as a kid. It's cool as a kid. This woman's a grown adult, gets into a controversy because she puts on a bell dress and it's like, I have that right to. Who cares? Enough. Why are you putting on the bell dress in the first place? If that's a rule, obey the dystopian park. Obey the mouse. Obey the mouse. Wait in line and hope the ride doesn't malfunction. I'm keeping it lighthearted.
Yeah, I was about to say, so what's the positive spin on this story?
I don't remember. Now I'm kind of getting worked up about Disney people. There's something scary about people who are super into Disney. I don't know why. It's kid shit. It's kid shit. I'm not crazy on this. There are good movies that Disney puts out for adults. I get it. But it's kid shit. And when you're 32 and you're dressed up or getting in controversies and getting kicked out of theme parks because you want to relive your 6-year-old self, I don't get it. I don't get it, personally. And I'm sorry. I know that a lot of people do. I don't get it. I think it's stupid.
Let's not talk about what's the Disney, where you can buy a house, the Disney.
Oh yeah, apparently there's apparently going to be cities where Disney opens up, but I don't think I think that was actually kind of a rumor.
No. It's not. There was a website for it. It's not. It's not fake.
Catino, I think is what it was.
There's a straight up like Disney neighborhood where you can buy a house, and they like it's the HOA people, I guess, are fucking Disney cast members.
So
and stuff.
I mean, here's the problem. Basically, what it boils down to with that is okay. I can't do this part because it's going into the doomsday part. I can't do it. What I will say is, I think a lot of people are happier at Disneyland. And I'm glad that someone is having a good time there. I'll tell you this. It's a place for families. You have a family.
I do.
If I had a family, I would go to Disneyland.
Yeah, we plan on going eventually.
You know, as a single guy, can you imagine if I walked into Disneyland? And maybe
it would be weird, but at the same time, you've never
Me.
been. You've never been though.
Yeah,
I've
by the way,
at least once.
one thing to make note of: I've never been. I don't care. I sailed that ship. It sucks.
Well, and also, I'll just from all these like articles and stuff, it makes you not want to go.
I would prefer. I mean, here's the thing that I know: cosplay people and Disneyland people are cut from the same cloth. No problem with either of them. Both are a little smelly. That's all I'll say. A little smelly and, you know, goofballs. I've been to plenty of, you know, cosplay places. I'm not talking shit. A lot of skill goes into cosplay, I'm sure. You know, a lot of skill goes into, you know, buying a Belle dress and getting kicked out of the park, too. You know, I get it. Waiting in line all day, I get it.
It takes a lot of skill.
It takes a lot of work. You know, it does. You got to wait in line all day and get your brain cooked. Like, I mean, that's okay.
No, it's true. You're right. Like, you will go to Disneyland, wait for an hour for a ride that is over within, like, less than a minute, and you're just like, was that actually worth it? No, not at all. It wasn't.
You know, here's the thing about Disneyland. Maybe it's run by Nazis. Am I wrong?
No.
The founder, he was a big fan. He was a big fan. Everyone's just, sign me up. Sign me up. You know, honestly, I'm having to hold myself back here today, folks. I'm trying to be a good boy. I will say.
Should we also bring up Disney in the Doomsday episode?
We should probably revisit this in the Doomsday episode. We should probably bring back Disneyland in the Doomsday episode because I have a lot more to say about this, but today's a happy episode. Good for her. How about this? Good for the woman who gets kicked out of the theme park for wearing a children's dress as an adult.
What's funny about that to me, though, too, is that it fit her. But they still have to stress the need that it was a children's dress.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why can't they just say she got kicked out because she wore a Belle dress to the park?
That they sold her. Kicked the employee out. I've heard those things are like crazy sex fests, Disneyland. I've heard some real weird shit. How about, where's the real creepy documentary about Disneyland, please? Where's that one? Where's the one about that? Instead of all this other shit, give me that one. There's been some real fucked up shit that have gone down in the hallways where the actors get dressed and shit. My God. The whole place is made of bones. Bones, and it's abuse.
Bones and abuse.
Bones and Abuse is the name of the documentary. It's not good. Let's get out of that. We should probably skedaddle. That it's getting a little hairy. But generally speaking, have you had a good summer? How's your summer been?
Yeah. I feel like summer is not a fun thing anymore as an adult.
Why?
Because it's just hot. You still have to go to work. Like, you know, like summer was fun as a kid because, like, when you get out of school, you're just like, yeah, I got 3 months to do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, and those 3 months generally involved a lot of chronic masturbation.
Yeah.
It sucks. Now that's out the window. Literally, there goes the crab. I have a couple. I used to love summer too. Love a summer night. Love summer nights. I love them. Good time. Good time. What is one favorite summer memory that you have? I'll tell you one that I used to have. I remember I used to go and ding dong ditch with the friends. Not with you, a couple other friends. I had a couple of friends that were funner ding dong ditchers, I think. Because I think we ding dong ditched once.
I've got some ding dong ditching stories.
Yeah.
Wait, no, one of them happened with you.
Yeah.
You got laid out.
Yeah, I ended up getting something on my record that night. Got something on the permanent record that night. Ding dong ditch some house. Some guy comes out from the side and tackled me. That was fun. Good times. That's why I like summer. Anything can happen. And we got off lightly knowing that family.
It's true.
He could have taken a fire axe to my head. His dad. He was a firefighter. What is a favorite summer memory?
I don't know, kind of that. Not
Me getting laid out in the street?
Not doorbell ditching, but just like the nighttime hangouts, like playing the night games and stuff around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if anybody's ever played the Fugitive game, where
Yeah.
you get an adult to actually drive a car around the neighborhood looking for you, and you have to try to sneak between house to house and stuff.
Pretty cool that adults will do that.
Yeah.
The same types of adults who wear the bell dress at the amusement park. I think we'll end it on one more story here. I did find something that's kind of interesting here. I don't even know how I'm going to bring this up necessarily, but let's, you want to, how should I say this? Let's just say the police are not well received in every corner of the market, of the demographics here in America, right? Like there's a lot of people who are a little bit on edge when it comes to the police. Some people really like them. Some people really don't. I don't really stand either way. I've had bad run-ins with the cops. I kind of lean more towards don't like. But you can't blame me. I was a good boy for the most part. I did deserve it a couple of times. Now, pull up this article because we have a crazy situation in Illinois. I would like you to read this article for the people, starting with the title, and we'll break it down.
All right, so 1 pig captured, 3 remain on the loose in Illinois.
Wow.
I'm so intrigued.
Wow. So, hold on. Wait a minute. You ready? How are the police chasing themselves?
Oh my god. You just...
I don't get it. Wait, hold on. This is kind of an oxymoron. Keep going.
It's because they're all dirty cops.
We're all dirty cops. Yeah, keep reading because I'm
all right.
confused.
August 17th, police in a Chicago suburb said they had captured one of the loose pigs seen wandering the town for more than 2 weeks. And
Oh.
3 more porcine fugitives remained on the loose.
What in the fuck? Is that one of the deputies? I mean, this is not good. Okay, obviously this is a bit, right? I know. Don't even start with, I have a brother who's in the police force. Shut up. I get it.
We all do.
I get it. It's a joke, okay? I have great respect for our boys in blue. But it's funny to set up a premise. You get it? It's comedy. Kind of. I'm not really a comedian, but you bring up a premise, you tear it down. So basically, here, if you read this a bit more, what's going on in Illinois is just out of control, crazy shit. So apparently, there's these 4 pigs that are running around.
Dude, I love how they have nothing else to report on. That they're like, we caught these fucking pigs.
Like actual pigs, like real pigs, just normal pigoos. And they're running amok. Police in a Chicago suburb, go back up, said they have captured one of the loose pigs wandering the town for more than 2 weeks. And 3 more porcine fugitives remain on the loose. What are we going to do? When are we going to actually take action? We don't take action in this country. Time to bring out the Hellfire missiles. Bring out the drones. Bring out the Obama-era drones and the Trump drones and the Biden drones. All the drones. Bring them. We need to take them out. These pigs are causing a havoc. The Wayne Police Department said last week that a foursome of pigs had been seen wandering the area for more than a week. And the department said this week that one of the pigs was captured Sunday. So it took them all of about a week to capture 1 out of 4 pigs.
Pig.
The rest are on the loose. I want you guys to keep an eye out because this is important. This is really scary if you're out there in Illinois. The department said efforts are underway to capture the remaining 3 pigs. What a sentence.
They're going to get them.
Can you imagine having to relay that to the news? You're like, so, efforts are underway.
Imagining like a press conference. Like, you see like cameras going off. Like
earlier this
4
week,
microphones in front of it.
we had captured a pig. And I have to say, unfortunately, we did leave a couple of us wounded. A couple of us had to take a long break. Long paid break. But 3 of these pigs are still on the loose. You know what happened to Robert Baratheon in Game of Thrones. These are dangerous pigs. They're on the loose. And he says, my work is to be done. Wait, more work is to be done to secure the rest of the family so they may be reunited. Oh, it's a happy story.
And they says, no questions. No questions.
No questions. But sir, we saw a pig sighting. He was by the Dairy Queen. We saw a pig by the Dairy Queen, sir. So he's trying to they're trying to reunite the pigs with the whole family, which is kind of cute. But I think there's a little more to this story, to be honest. I'd be a little wary if I was out there in Illinois. I'd be a little nervous.
Maybe we should check on this next week.
We should
Make
probably
sure they caught the rest of them.
we should probably come back to this because I don't know. Why would the entire police force be chasing around 4 pigs? Why indeed? Unless they're dirty pigs. Maybe they're their own. Maybe they're I mean, I don't want to go back to the original joke, but who knows? These police might have gone AWOL. And they're trying to blame and say they're farm animals. And they're hunting them like pigs. Who knows? Who knows what the police is up to in this country anymore? I mean, who knows? At this point, I'd be flabbergasted.
Should I give the boomer response?
What?
Our tax dollars hard at work.
Yeah, I mean, here we are. They're chasing pigs in Illinois. And good. What else are they doing? Nothing. I'm just happy that the law is finally doing something good. This is why I wanted to bring it up. So I might have angered a couple of, well, not really. I'm sure you guys get it. You get it. If you made it this far in the podcast, you get my sense of humor. You get it. But I'm happy that there are police out there that are doing good things.
Also, did the police actually catch that pig? Because the photo is of a teenage boy holding a pig.
That's a fucking stock photo. Look at that fucker. By the way, if you had a problem catching that piece of shit, you can't even see. Look, he doesn't even have eyes. The police are like, freeze! Dude, I bet they tased the shit out of that pig. Dude, I bet they used I bet they showed up in riot gear.
Well, that's why you can't see its eyes. It's squinting so hard from all the pepper spray.
They pepper sprayed it. They tased it. They showed up in riot gear. They used a fire hose on it, like riot tactic. They tear gassed it. They're lucky that they didn't shoot it. That pig is lucky that it didn't get shot.
I mean, like you said before, they all watched Game of Thrones. I said, I ain't going out like Baratheon did.
They brought out the big guns. You know what would have taken that pig out sooner? The big kahuna. If they had just used the big kahuna, they could have subdued the pig. There would have been no pig left. Fuck reuniting it. Big kahuna! Fuck reuniting it with the family. Kill it.
I'm just picturing Somebody
Some
actually
Illinois cop with the
wheeled-
kahuna. Telling you, ninja start first. It's like a cold open to a TV show, and then the guy walks off, and it's just a severed pig's
And then
head.
the next shot after the intro, some sizzling bacon on a frying pan.
It's like the credits. Executive producer. Yeah. Should have used the kahuna. Thank you very much for watching. Again, next week will be the Doomsday episode. We are pretty much at an hour, but some of this was, basically some shit that we were like a couple of little glitches here and there, and I had to cut something I said. But thank you very much for watching. Again, there'll be other episodes coming soon. You can find us on any network where you get your podcasts: Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Anchor, all the fun ones. Podcast Addict.
I think it's Apple Music now.
Apple Music's, whatever. Apple, yeah, you're right. Apple Music, YouTube, the whole deal. And any final words, Mr. Big Shot? Some guy liked your shirt.
All nice comments, please.
See you next time.